I will mute. She's muted. Okay. Start out in child's pose, knees wide, feet together. If you want to put your arms on blocks, go right ahead and do so. Allow your time, just yourself, sorry, allow yourself a time, a moment to just breathe and just be. Notice where in your body you feel this. Lock your fingers over to the left, hips go to the right. A little bit of a side body stretch here. Then walk your fingers over to the right. Take your hips over to your left. Move into all fours, hands below shoulders, knees below hips. Just take a few kind of horseshoe swirls, rainbow swirls of your hips here. Bring them back and forward, back into a side corner, left corner maybe. Forward, back into the right. Bring it forward, back into the left. Come forward, take fingers wider than your mat, coming up on fingertips. Let your chest come down to the ground. Moving through whatever quadruped movements really serve you this morning, but maybe coming into cat cow if you're ready for that. Let your belly sink. And then exhale, tuck tail, venture cat. Inhale, find cow. Exhale, find cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Neutral spine here. Push toes into the ground. Belly tight. Find a hovering tabletop. Inhale. And exhale, maybe find your downward facing dog whenever you're ready. Take some time to pedal out your heels. Come up on tippy toes, bellies towards thighs. Then let your heels sink into the ground. Long breath in and out. Maybe use a crisscross walk to make your way front of mat, right foot, left edge, left foot, right edge. Continue. Finally find yourself in a forward fold. Spread your toes wide into the mat. Hinge and let your belly flop into your thighs. Nod your head yes. Long neck spine here. Shake your head no. Then pushing feet into the ground with those wide toes, engaged feet, engaged legs, glutes engaged, arms wide, rise. Take yourself into exalted mountain and on exhale, find Samasthiti. Hands arrive to heart center. Breath in and breath out. If that's all you do today, maybe that's all you need right there. But maybe we find our attention and we keep working towards it on our mat. Inhale, exalted mountain, belly tight. Exhale, find cactus. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and draw your chin back. Inhale, exalted mountain. Exhale, flat back, forward fold, behind. Push the world away, all the way down to the ground, and let yourself just hang, nod your head yes, and shake your head no. Bend your left knee, take your right arm high for your opening twist here. Find a circle of your wrist, flip flop of your wrist. And take your right hand down to the ground. Bend your right knee, left arm comes high, opening to the side. Bend a circle here. Breath in, exhale, take 10 toes down to the ground, pushing into the ground. Rise up, find your exalted mountain. When we find Samasthiti, hands right to heart center. Breath in and breath out. Exalted mountain. Belly tight, we cactus. Exalted mountain. Exhale, flat back forward fold. Find a halfway lift. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Long spine from your neck spine, mid back spine, low back spine, sacrum. Exhale, take 10 fingers down to the ground, step back, find a plank. Use this plank here. Use this plank to build a little strength. Use it to build a little resilience in your calves by pedaling out your feet. You're feeling ready to come all the way down to the ground. Bring weight into your fingertips and a slow lower. Peel chest off and baby cobra, squeeze shoulder blades together. Long spine here. And keep your belly engaged with this. Breath in. Exhale, come all the way down to the ground just for a moment. Push up, find a plank or a quadruped or child's pose. And eventually we will find downward facing dog, pedal out your feet. Take your right leg high. Go ahead and open up to the side. Find what serves you here. Circle of your right ankle. Splay your toes wide. When you're ready, square hips off. Breath in. And on exhale, option to take your right knee to your right elbow here, building a little strength. Take right leg high. Step right hand into midline. Right foot will come into lizard outside of your right hand. Sink your left knee down to the ground. Blocks and help bring the ground up to you. Shimmy your hips left to right here. Right arm comes high, opening to the side. Wrist, flip flop. Breath in and exhale, take 10 fingers down to blocks. You're going to take your blocks with you as you come to the long edge of the mat. Find a straddle forward fold. Tuck and release your pelvis here. Let your head hang. Walk your hands over to the left long edge of the mat. Come into your lizard lunge here. Blocks are with you. Left foot to the outside of your left hand. And let's just take a moment here to pull back on your left hip. Push ball of right foot into the ground here. Breath in. Exhale, right knee comes down to the ground. I said right knee comes down to the ground, but rather let's keep right knee away from the ground. Step back with your left foot. We'll come back to lizard on this side, belly tight, and move through our flow. Bring weight forward into fingertips. Come halfway or all the way down. Inhale, open your heart. And on exhale, back of mat, find downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Left leg comes high here, opening up to the side. The circle of your ankle. Keep here if that's what you need. Otherwise, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, then take left leg high. Left hand to midline. Step left foot into lizard, back of mat. Right knee comes down to the ground. And again, find what serves you here. Left arm is high. I'm going to add in left arm is high. I'm going to pause right here. I think I will add a quadricep stretch. We'll grab that on the other side. Don't worry about that. Quadricep stretch. Now remember that this stretch here, we can use it to open up our shoulder as well. And I'm using it to open up my wrist a little bit, my forearm here, just a little bit too. Breath in. Exhale, take 10 fingers down to blocks. Shift your hips back into a half splits. Frame your left foot here. Glide your left foot into midline. And a figure eight of your left hip as you lift your heart and hinge forward just a little bit. Breath in and out. Sole of the left foot to the ground underneath your left knee, 10 fingers high in a low crescent. Think about digging your right knee into the ground and forward to open up the front of your right hip. Hands can be high, hands can be twisted, hands can be at your hips. Breath in. Exhale, float hands down to blocks. We'll take this whole operation towards the right long edge of the mat here. Tuck and release your pelvis. Walk this over to the right edge of the mat. And here's what we did in our lizard before. We stayed high in our lizard here. Think about pushing ball of left foot into the ground. Pull back with your right hip here. We're going to get all the goods that we did on the left side on the right here. So we're good and even. Breath in and out. Eventually taking left knee down to the ground. And let's go ahead and start out with the lizard lunge here. Right arm reaches back, grab onto your left foot here. Ooh, quadricep stretch in our lizard lunge. That's what I meant to say. Breath in and out. Release your foot. Blocks to frame your right foot, toe heel right foot into midline. Lift your heart and your right foot forward. Or sink your right foot forward. And find some Ardha Hanumanasana, opening up your left hamstring here. From here, sole of the right foot to the ground, find a low crescent as you take 10 fingers high, digging your left knee in and forward just slightly. Breath in. And exhale, float hands down. Frame your right foot, step your right foot back next to your left, move through your flow. Open your heart. Find a downward facing dog, pedal out your feet right here. Gaze forward on your mat. And transition there. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And exhale, find a forward fold. Inhale, rising up, find exalted mountain. And find Samastiti. And if you need a stopping point, you think this is what you need to start your day, you go right ahead. We're even left to right. Otherwise, just a few more poses with me. Find single leg Tadasana. Take the right leg high. Breath in, exhale. Let's find a tree pose. Right foot to the inside of your right knee. Squeeze your left glute here. Nice and strong. Maybe lift your gaze up to your fingertips. Option to close your eyes or turn your head. Find some balance perturbations in this, maybe twisting arms right to left. Pause here. Let's take the right foot forward, finding a little ballet attitude here. Still in that external rotation of the hip. Breath in. Exhale, let's find a warrior three. You can keep your attitude leg so it's slightly externally rotated. This is not what we like to see in yoga, but no one owns it, so that's fine. You'll bend your left knee, right foot will come to the ground in a warrior one. Take 10 fingers high. Reaching to the sky, breath in. Exhale, float your hands down. Inhale, puff your chest here. And then exhale, slow controlled hinge forward into a humble warrior. If you'd prefer to find a humble crescent, go right ahead and do so. Gaze back at your right foot. Let's rise up from here. Find a warrior two as we open up right arm reaches to the back of the mat. Squeeze your right glute for strength. Now reach forward into it and find a reverse here. Left arm is high. Side body stretch here on the left. Breath in and out. Straighten your left leg, toe heel back, foot in, about 2 swivels. Then we'll find a triangle pose. Straighten your arm out, reach into it, and then tilt your torso, left hand to left leg, right arm is high. Tucking tail under to keep your torso very vertical, very rotated here. If you want to grab onto your left leg and give a little tug, your hand into your leg or your thigh, I can kind of help open up some things in your pelvis here. Breath in Exhale, we'll cartwheel hands down to blocks, framing your left foot for a long stance pyramid here. Pull back on your left hip. Now, right heel can be raised in your long stance pyramid. Excuse me, right heel can be raised. Maybe I said that wrong. If you're feeling ready for it, 10 fingers down to the ground, step back with your left foot, find your plank, pedal out your feet. Bring weight into fingertips, come halfway or all the way down. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. Let's take a right leg high. If you want to open it up to the side, go ahead and do that for medicine. Stay there if you would like, or take right knee, right elbow. Inhale, take right leg high. And we'll step right leg forward into a lunge. Blocks to assist to keep your torso tall. Pull back on your right hip. Let's find a twist here. Right arm comes high. Push ball of left foot into the ground here. Breath in. Exhale, take 10 fingers down to blocks. Weight comes into right toes. Option for a standing splits here if that feels good. We'll all step left foot next to right. Find a halfway lift. And a fold. Peel up friend chair pose. And sink, 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 sink. We won't be here long. We have just one chair pose here. So find your depth. Find something that you can work into, keeping in mind your intention for practice today. When you're feeling good and ready, then you can rise up. Exalted mountain and then push to stand. Take a moment with your intention. Find single leg Tadasana. Left leg comes high. And with left leg high, let's go ahead and find a tree pose here on the left. Squeeze your right glute. Take your left knee out to the side. Arms can come wide in your branches. Maybe you turn your head left and right. Looking up, looking down. Take 10 fingers high. Now inhale, left foot comes forward. Breath in. Ballet attitude here. And then on exhale, find a warrior 3. Option to keep that ballet attitude. Left knee might be opened up a little bit to the side. That's okay. Breath in. Exhale, bend your right knee, warrior 1 feet as left foot finds the ground. 10 fingers come high. And encourage steeple grip here. And the push me, pull you of hips facing forward-ish. Bend your right knee, keeping back flat. Bend your back knee. Breath in. Exhale, float your hands down. Inhale, puff your chest. And on exhale, hinge into a warrior 1. A humble warrior, rather. Gaze back at your left foot and let something go. Let something go, but hold on to the mat. Your inner thighs are engaged. Your knee is bent. Bend, bend, bend. Breath in. Exhale, let 10 fingers down. Inhale, rising up to a warrior 2 as you pivot your back foot. Back foot for heel to arch alignment. Left toe is pointing at long edge of mat. Sink in, but engage your left glute for back equal stability. Find a reverse warrior, right arm is high. From here, straighten right leg out, toe heel, left foot in, 2 swivels. Arms wide, reach into it, then tilt your torso for triangle. Right hand inside of left leg. Left arm reaches high. Lifting, lifting, maybe grabbing onto your right foot. Just a little bit of a side body opening stretch on the left. Breath in. Exhale, take 10 fingers down to the ground for blocks. Long stance pyramid here. Left heel is raised. Pull back on your right hip. Left hip comes forward. Long torso, and then we hinge into this. Ten fingers come down to the ground. Step back with your right foot. Find your plank here. Move through your flow. Open your heart. And we find a downward facing dog. Breath in. And out. Stay here for as many breaths as you need. You're feeling ready to move on. Left leg comes high. Option to open up, option to take left knee, left elbow. Inhale, take left leg high. And we step it forward, find your runner's lunge. Once again, pull back on left hip, push ball of right foot into the ground. Staying right here or taking weight into your left foot, option for a standing splits. 10 toes down into the ground. Find a halfway lift, flat back, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up, find your exalted mountain. Push to stand. If you like that so much, you can go through that again. Single leg Tadasana, finding your tree, stepping back, warrior one, humble, warrior two, reverse warrior, to a long stance pyramid. I think there's a triangle in there too. Inhale, exalted mountain. Let's go tippy toe Tadasana. Breath in here. When you're feeling ready for it, come into a crouching curl. Push your palm against palm. Come down to the ground. Chin to chest, gaze and look left. And gaze and look right. From here, going right down onto our backs here. There might be a little quick boat pose as you roll onto your butt here. Breath in. Exhale, take 10 toes down to the ground. Core control to lower your body down to the ground. Let's take your right leg up in the air and gas pedal your right foot here. Circle your ankle. And take right ankle to left knee for a supine pigeon. Tick-tock your hips left and right. And there's so few poses left that if you wanted to slow this down to milk it, you would have no problem doing that on your own. Maybe finding a twist here by taking your pigeon over to the left, or if you're like me, straighten left leg and just take a right knee over to the left for a supine twist. Breathe into your right glute. From here, coming onto your back. Left ankle to the top of right knee. And your supine pigeon here. And find your twist. If that's a pigeon or if that's a supine spinal twist, go right ahead. Find what serves you. My back does well with no heart openers right before Shavasana. So I'm good to go here. If you'd like to find a bridge that feels good in your body, you go right ahead and do that. Otherwise, if you're flowing with me, come onto your back, going up into a ball. Maybe finding a happy baby here. One leg can then eventually come into your Shavasana, let the other leg follow. Palms face up, eyes closed shut. And from here, we can settle in. Breath in. Breath out. Let your belly expand here. And on exhale, let go. Thank you so much for flowing with me this morning. I wish you a beautiful and joy-filled day. Namaste, friends.